Let's kick things off with a kind of a wild idea. What if your greatest strengths, your deepest wisdom, aren't actually found in the light, but are hiding in the shadows? It's a strange thought, I know, and in this explainer, we're going to see just how true it might be. And really, this whole idea, it gets summed up perfectly in one powerful sentence that's going to guide us. Even the greatest flame in the cosmos makes the deepest shadow. It's all about that fundamental, unbreakable link between light and dark. We spend so much of our lives chasing clarity, trying to get more light on a situation. But what if that's not the full picture? What if true vision requires something else entirely? So, to get started, we've got to tackle this huge misconception about clarity, something we could call the lie of pure light. I mean, think about it. If you blast an object with perfectly even, shadowless light, you actually lose all sense of its depth and its shape. The light literally hides the very details it's supposed to show you. And that's our first big clue. Real clarity doesn't come from just light. It comes from contrast. Okay, so where's the first place we learn this lesson of contrast? Well, it's from the most honest teacher any of us have. A simple, physical shadow. And what is a shadow, really? It's super simple. It's just a spot where light gets blocked by something solid. That's it. Yeah, you only need two things to make one: a light source and something solid standing in its way. You, a tree, a mountain. Look, if you're real, if you have substance, you're going to cast a shadow. Simple as that. And this is where it gets really cool. It's like light and shadow have two different jobs. Light shows you all the surface stuff, right? The color, the texture, the tiny details. But the shadow? It tells you something way more fundamental. It shows you the undeniable shape, the structure, the very presence of an object. So, a physical shadow teaches us two huge things. First off, position. It's like a sundial, pinning our exact spot in space and time. And second, it teaches identity. A shadow doesn't care if you're happy or sad. It just shows your true, unchangeable outline. Okay, so we get it. A physical shadow is a pretty honest teacher. But what happens when we take that whole idea and turn it inward? This is where things get really interesting. See, the most powerful shadows, the ones with the most to teach us, they aren't the ones on the sidewalk. Nope, they're the ones we carry around inside of us. And there's a name for this. Psychologists call it the inner shadow. And basically, it's all the parts of yourself that you've pushed away. The traits you've decided are bad or weak or just not you. And listen, we all have one. To look brave, we hide our fear. To come across as kind, we shove down our anger. And all those hidden parts, that's what makes up our inner shadow. But, and this is the absolute game changer, this shadow isn't some monster you have to slay. It's more like a treasure chest. Inside, you find what we could call the wisdom of the repressed. You ever meet someone and just instantly dislike them for no good reason? Well, this quote suggests that super strong reaction, that might just be your own shadow talking. It's showing you something in them that you've refused to see in yourself. And get this, look what's actually hiding in there. It's not just the bad stuff. For the person who's always super logical, their shadow might be holding on to this incredible, wild creativity. Or for someone who's always playing it safe, that shadow holds the exact courage they need to finally take a risk. These are serious gifts, just waiting for us in the dark. Okay, so how do we actually learn from this thing? It's basically a three-step dance. First, you gotta be brave enough to even look at what you're hiding. Then, step 2, you get curious. You ask, why is that anger there? What's it trying to do for me? And finally, you integrate the lesson. You don't just become an angry person, no way. You learn to use that fire to, say, set some healthy boundaries. And all of this, it brings us to one last, really profound idea. It's the concept that your shadow is the ultimate proof that you're real. I mean, just think about the biggest forces in the universe. You've got silence, light, gravity. And every single one of them is defined, it's made clear by its opposite, by contrast, by shadow. Sound needs silence to exist. Light needs the dark. And your strengths, they need your so-called weaknesses to be complete. So all those things you see as imperfections, your fears, the parts you hide, they don't take away from who you are. They prove you're here. To cast a shadow means you're solid,
You're present. You are standing in the light. I mean, think about it. Only a ghost has no shadow.
And that's really the big idea to take away from all this. So instead of running from your dark side, what if you just got curious? What amazing, powerful, totally essential part of your own story is just waiting for you to turn around and finally look at your shadow?